AM 1170. The Answer.
Welcome back. You are listening to your home for the Los Angeles Chargers. Whissel Wednesdays here on AM 1170. The Answer.
Kyle, you got to cut that off, man.
I mean, it's my show.
You know what? Who's in control here, Paul? Paul, when I give you that sign, we just got to cut Kyle. We got to go mute on the mic.
I thought you were a Chargers homer.
I am a San Diego Charger homer. Absolutely.
Who's a homer?
You don't know what a homer is? Google it, man.
I know he's a guy on The Simpsons.
Yeah, Google it, millennial.
I know who Homer is.
Yeah.
That's what a homer is.
Okay.
Just like the pound sign. Everybody's like, what's a pound sign? I'm like, when we grew up, I remember when we went from the on the phone to when you actually got a touch tone phone. That was never a hashtag button, boys and girls. That was a pound sign. Now it's hashtag, and I always call it pound, and Kyle loves giving me a hard time.
You were back in the days where you had to call the operator and she had to switch the cables around.
You got a chance to talk to her and say, hey, how's the weather? What's going on?
I had to educate my staff on what 411 was the other time. Hey, we got a client, but we can't get their phone number. Let's try to research them a little bit. Well, how do you do that? Do it through Google. No, just hit 411. Pick up the phone.
Yeah, I can't remember the last time I 411. That is funny, James.
Can't remember it, but you invented it.
You know what? I did invent a lot of different things. I come up with these great ideas, and then somebody else prospers on them. So I know you like to take my ideas down, and that's why Lindsay yesterday didn't want to share with you any ideas I had. But because she's afraid you're going to just take our millions of dollars that she had no idea. She was just listening to my idea but wanted to claim it.
Well, I need to get my money together to buy the Los Angeles Chargers because you think it's only going to cost $1 billion.
I think at the end of the day, that's what it's going to be. And I think he's going to be shocked and surprised because I think most of the people with that type of money will realize that it is a bubble and it starts with Spanos. So we'll see.
There's such an ego thing with owning a sports franchise. Most of the guys and gals that own major sports franchises bought for ego.
Agreed.
They did not buy with the anticipation that the values would grow exponentially like they have. I mean, if you look at what Jerry Jones bought the Cowboys for, which, Paul, if you can grab that info, that would be rad. What Jerry Jones paid for the Cowboys and what it's worth now, I mean, it's absolutely astounding at how valuable these franchises have become. But these are, billionaires. These are just like, hey, I want to own a sports team. That would be cool. It's like buying a Tesla or something like that. It's just
the Romans used to be, the great power in the world, so things change. Bubbles are created, man. I'm telling you.
You keep holding on to that.
It's going to happen. It's going to happen.
Let's talk about what's changed in the mortgage markets.
Yeah, so let's talk about the mortgage market a little bit. Some exciting stuff coming out, but I just kind of want to touch base on some interest rates. Give you an idea. So in June of last year, June 2016, so a little, about 7 months ago, the 10-year yield, which kind of follows the same track of a mortgage guideline, was under 1.5%. So mortgages were right around 3.25% to 3.5% at that point. Today, the 10-year yield is up, I think it's 2.5%, right around there. So that's up a full percent, and therefore rates are in that 4.25% to 4.5% range that mortgages are. And there is a rally. Last week, hey, it looks like rates came down about 1/8 to 1/4%. Well, guess what? This week opened up and that rally's disappeared because there's still more excitement that they really believe Trump is going to make America great again, and he's going to be able to change a lot of things that hasn't happened the last 8+ years. So the sentiment out there in the marketplace is he's going to be great for businesses. Now, if that proves correct, I think we will see the stock market continue to rally. We'll see rates continue to go up. If he has any issues with getting his plans through the Senate and the Congress, which most presidents have had issues getting those through, then you may see interest rates dip back down, maybe back into the threes. And only time will tell. No one knows exactly what's going to happen in the future. But bond traders and stock traders and mortgage traders trade in the future. They are making bets on what's going to happen, just like I bet Dino's going down. I really do.
Well, let's talk about whether sports franchises go up or down. Paul, you got those numbers for us?
Yeah, according to Forbes, in 2016, the Dallas Cowboys were worth $4.2 billion. Back in 1989, Jerry Jones bought the Cowboys for $140 million.
$140 million in 1989.
So 4.2.
Do you know he tried to buy the Chargers in the 60s?
So what you're telling me is that franchise is now worth more than exactly 30 times what he paid for it.
Wow.
Imagine that.
I know. Bubble. Sounds like a bubble to me. Sounds like a bubble.
Cyndy, give me your thoughts. I've heard some talk about a real estate bubble. That's always something that's kind of out there in the media. Are we in a real estate bubble right now? I mean, mortgage rates have gone up, values have gone up consistently for, half a dozen years now. What do you think about that?
I think that as new people enter the market, and especially our military, our active, and our veterans, the VA program is phenomenal for them. No closing credits, especially with Jason's team.
No closing costs, you mean? So you get a lender credit to pay your closing costs,
correct. Right? The veterans, they're ready. I think that with the change, with Trump and what
Cyndy sounds like a politician, Kyle. Right? She's giving the right answer. He asked you, what about the bubble? Is there a bubble?
I do not think that there's a bubble.
Wow. So, that's the question. Your professional opinion as a real estate.
Because it's still the American dream to home ownership. The pride of ownership.
My concern is this. You don't have an NFL team, it might be a bubble.
So I think there might be.
Might be. You never know.
Well, I look at a townhouse, new development in Santee that has gone up, and they're wanting over $535,000 for a townhouse in Santee. Now, they're beautiful, really well built, right on Mission Trails. It's still a townhouse.
And it's still going to cost you over $3,000 a month.
Yeah, man.
And it's up there, right?
That's up there.
Here's what people understand. As long as there's jobs to support the income necessary to make the payment, there won't be a bubble. It's when the jobs disappear. So if you have a governor raise minimum wage that might drive businesses out of our state, if you have mayors doing bad stuff like driving teams out of San Diego, right? These are things, guys, that could happen. That we're starting to already see some things happen that there could be. And if you look at it, Kyle, about every 7 years, there is a real estate bubble / crash. When was the last bubble of real estate we had? What year was that? 9, 10, right around there, right? 8. So we're overdue. So I honestly think it's there. I know we talked about the Aztecs right going into the break. My Aztecs, everybody's asking me at the Aztec game this past Saturday, we played Utah State. We beat them. UNLV last night, we beat them. So even though we opened up the league 0-3 after winning a tournament in Hawaii, we go 0-3 in league, and we've won league the last few years in the regular season. We're back to 3-3. So if you follow any basketball, you want to check out our San Diego Aztecs. That's a team you can support. They're not leaving, and they had lots of signs. Hey, San Diego, we will never leave you. We are here. We want your support. And so all my friends around me are like, what are you going to do, Mr. Charger? And I said, the $5 to $10,000 a year I spend, I'm going to get down there on the first, second row now on the Aztecs. And although the team, frustrates me, they are young kids. They are trying their best. Fisher and Dutch are coaching the team. They're doing their best. I'm out there to support the Aztecs. I fly over the country to watch them. So go Aztecs.
And go Los Angeles Chargers.
Yeah.
Go Chargers, go.
All right, we're going to head to a break here on Whissel Wednesdays. When we get back, we want to talk about insurance. We got James Cassady here with State Farm. James, we might need to get life insurance for Jason because he's going to jump off a bridge with this whole Los Angeles Chargers thing. So we want to find out, how do we insure Jason in case he goes off the deep end? You're listening to Whissel Wednesdays here on AM 1170, The Answer.
AM 1170, The Answer.